We're back, everyone, once again. Welcome to the Final Cut. So glad you could stop by today. We've got a horror comedy on the block. Yes, it's an indie micro-budget film in the name of Paranormal Investigators, with writer and director David Fowler giving us the story of Carl and Elliot, who are two individuals who gave up their day jobs to become paranormal investigators. But as you can imagine, they've hit on tough times, not really finding any legitimate cases and starting to eye the fact that they need to pay rent and may have to go to their 9-to-5 jobs. Well, just when things seem to go back to the mundane for them, paranormal incidences start ramping up, and soon these two are finding a lot of work and trying to investigate why there is so much increase in paranormal activity while making a few dollars on the side and helping a client whose case seems to be connected to it all. Paranormal Investigators was a solid micro-budget indie film that has notes of Ghostbusters and other paranormal movies out there, the bigger budgeted stuff, but they still managed to make it their own. David Fowler really gives us an evenly paced film that never hangs too long on certain scenes with dialogue and definitely is edited well to keep the story rolling. I really enjoyed that quite a bit, because with some indie films you can get where dialogue or scenes just it sits on too long, but here, no, they edit it well and they just keep things rolling right along. What helps keeping things rolling right along as well is Carl Anderson and Elliot Day, the two characters in this film. Great chemistry. Carl is played by Tomas Baskin and Elliot is played by Elijah Al-Malik, and wow. The chemistry between these two is just solid. It's so much fun. I enjoyed some of my best scenes, favorite scenes in this movie were just those two sitting and bantering back and forth like two friends. You could tell they've been friends for a long time. It felt natural. It came across on screen, and it made those scenes very entertaining where, they could possibly be a little slow. But yeah, they really put a smile on my face. Supporting cast does well in here too. We get Connor Heilborn as Nick Allen, who joins the two investigators later because he's a fan, and yeah, there's a great dynamic between these three and their client, Erin Davis, played by Gabriella Noble. I enjoyed her performance in here as well. This whole group really are comfortable with each other, and you can tell, and it comes across on screen, and it helps sell the story, which again, as I mentioned, does hit a number of familiar notes and beats with other bigger budgeted films, but that's more of an ode. I didn't feel like they were ripping it off at all. I love the props that they came up with in this film as well for their detectors that they had, as well as the equipment to help eventually possibly protect themselves from or vicious ghosts. Yeah, they worked within their budget. They didn't overextend it, and it gives it a lot of charm. There are some special effects involved, animated special effects, which do show its budget a bit, but again, it fits within the context of the film, and the characters help carry the film, so you don't mind those. And in fact, they do some creative things with transparencies and such for their ghost characters, and there are some legit creepy moments in here, especially as things ramp up and they dig deeper into what's going on with this paranormal activity. When they find out, not too much of a spoiler, but when they find out what's behind it, man, creepy design for sure, and interesting story that they came up with for why everything's going on. So there's a lot to like in here. For those who may not care for micro-budget aesthetics, audio is decent in here and that, but you may be put off by it. But if you like indie films, especially if you go to indie festivals at all, this is definitely one you should check out. There's a lot of great talent both behind and in front of the camera, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. So thank you so much for watching. Please check out our Patreon if you haven't already. Hit our bells and whistles and thumbs up, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That close to 2,000 subscribers. Didn't hit it that last year, but hopefully we'll hit it this year, and we can only do that with your support. Thank you so much, and remember, as always, keep that ticket stub.